It's raining, it's pouring. The old man is snoring. He went to bed, couldn't get up in the morning. It's raining, it's pouring. The old man is snoring.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And so I watched Scooby-Doo and the Witches Dolls, and oh my lord, this I do not know why this is the only Scooby-Doo that I've seen of like the whole Scooby-Doo movies is speaking French, and like I have to say that the words when they speak, I think maybe for Polynesian French is a little bit different than like the French from France and Canadian French, because like I know Canadian French they have like the same word but they pronounce it completely different than like the word that from the French from France speak. So I know it was so funny hearing them speak French, but like oh my lord. And so they encountered this guy named Ben Ravencroft, who Velma is a big fan of. So they started off when they're in a museum, they catch this guy. At the time they didn't know. So the unmasked guys and even the security guard is in on this heist too, but at the time like we'll talk about it as the movie progresses. Then Ben told I invited the guys saying, why don't you come to my hometown and I will introduce you to Oakhaven, Massachusetts. And because they have not been to the town, so the team say yes, and like you as all Scooby-Doo, whatever, wherever they go, there is going to be mystery. So what happened to the town was there was a witch who was like at the time of the 17th century. You know how witches are, they would get hanged when they are practicing witchcraft. So Ben Ravencroft, sorry, I think it's a grandmother, is a witch. So he tried to clear her name, but he lied to the team in order to dig up the book. So when Scooby dig up the book in the end, so before that, they arrived back to Oakhaven, Massachusetts, and like all things started going on. The witches came back to life, and they invited the Hextals, which is I'm sure of a lot of you who watch Scooby-Doo who knows the Hextals are. They're a band who likes to dress up in gothic clothes and a little bit like a vampire. So yeah. Anyways, then they come to think that the whole town is in on it to the tourists, because Oakhaven is such a small town and not a lot of tourists stops and like stay for so long. So they invited the Hextals. And then when they find out that the whole town is in on it, then we think that, oh, this is the end of it. When Batman took Scooby to find the book, and that's when things gotten to the worst. They found out that Ben Ravencroft is like a warlock for his like grandmother. I don't know, is it grandmother or great grand aunt? I'm not very sure. But yeah, in the end, Ben and his grandmother got sucked back into the book and it burns because the tree was caught on fire and fell on the book. And yeah.
Il nous faudrait une plus grosse attraction. Monsieur le maire. Oh